Hello listeners and welcome back to Are You Listening? Now, this next segment is my favourite part of the show. It's time to get to know a group. Now, as gun laws can't seem to make it out of our headlines, I thought it seemed appropriate to invite Safe Guns Control Group leader Andrea Sachs to join us and tell us about her group. Welcome to the show, Andrea.
Hello everyone, and thanks for having me, Jess. It's a pleasure to join you.
Alright then, let's get straight into it. Can you give our listeners an insight into when and why Safe Gun Control was formed?
Alright then. Well, the group was established in 1996 after the horrific tragedy that was the Port Arthur massacre. Many Australians aren't actually aware of this terrible piece of Australian history. 35 people were killed and 23 were seriously wounded.
Wow, it's actually shocking to think back on how tragic the massacre was. Just what was changed for our country.
Yes, exactly. It was the way in which the government responded at the time that would set the tone for years to come on how Australia dealt with guns and gun violence. In saying so, the government made the right decision, and that was to remove 650,000 guns from civilians. It was our group, alongside many others, that worked hard to put these laws in place. Our group worked extremely hard to ensure that an event like this would never happen again.
So tell us, Andrea, what does your group do to ensure the guns control is maintained in Australia?
Well, Jess, the group has awareness days. We dedicate days to answering questions and concerns and providing knowledge to people about confronting statistics that many people aren't aware of. We base many of our statistics off America because the state that their gun control is in is what we want to prevent and avoid.
Wow.
I know, right? But it's also more than that. We work to provide victims and people affected of guns the right forms of help that they need.
A lot is involved and goes on with the Safe Guns Control Group, doesn't it? Can you tell us a statistic or fact that our listeners might find surprising or interesting?
Well, to everyone listening, I bet many of you weren't aware that in America, kids are more likely to die from a bullet than they are a cold. It's appalling, and even this one's more appalling. Having a gun in the house increases the likelihood by 70% of someone being accidentally shot.
Wow, Andrea. It's just not worth it, is it? So is this sort of thing your group works to uncover and make public knowledge to everyday Australians so they're aware of the risks that are associated with owning a gun?
Exactly right, Jess. It's our job as a gun control group to educate people on harsh statistics and statistics that are only evident because of how weak gun laws are.
So, Andrea, can you tell us a bit about the types of people that make the formation of your gun group?
We have an extremely diverse range, right across different ages. Many parents get their children involved because they believe it's good to educate young. I couldn't agree more with this.
Interesting. Now, Andrea, people who are listening this morning and wanting to support your gun control group and movement, how can they get involved?
To anyone listening, please get involved. Don't be afraid. Contact me on 52617 453. We can organise a time for you to come down and learn.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today, but thanks for joining us, Andrea. It's been a joy talking to you.